Nice to see you all. It's great to be here. Sorry I don't speak Greek, but yeah, English will do good. So I'm Yael, I'm from Shopify. And really excited to talk to you a bit about agentic commerce and how Shopify sees it today. So our vision is that every store will be ready for AI, for agentic commerce. Okay, as we know it today, e-commerce platforms, they mostly are built for human interactions, right? For years, we've been building on the customer experience, creating compelling product descriptions, building relationships, and making it very much emotional driven. Now, when you think of agentic commerce and when commerce is moving over to agents, the interaction changes. Agents, they want to have clear data. They want it to be consistent. They want to be able to get the right quality of data. And that's where the shift is seeing when we think about agentic commerce compared to just human interactions. Now, I'm not saying that human interactions and commerce as we know it is going away. It's definitely not. It's not something that we need to not think about. But if to date we've heard of D2C and B2B, which are very much human-driven, so somebody would enter your store, they would browse the photos, they would read the descriptions, very much a human-led decision based on what they're seeing. We now introduced business to agent. This is a new concept. And this is mostly going to run on automated. It's fact-based, so the data needs to be clear. The pricing needs to be consistent. It's very transactional and very data-driven. However, that said, I'm going to keep ping-ponging back and forth. The fundamentals of commerce is not changing. Your products still need to be discovered. You need to maintain your business logic. You need to create a brand experience and have your brand voice. And you still need to know where the purchases are coming, how to attribute data, and manage your operations. So when we think about agentic commerce, agents, you need to be able to maintain all of this in agentic commerce. AI agents need to find your products. If you have loyalty schemes, discounts, any fulfillment schemes, it needs to be aware of that when they check out. You want to have that brand voice, right? You don't want to be just any generic brand. They want to know why your brand is better than others. And you want to be able to see which AI assistants, agents are performing best so that you can reinvest there. I think it's no secret ads are coming within that world, so we need to be mindful of that as well. And of course, post-purchase, what happens with returns, what happens with anything that happens after the purchase. So all these fundamentals remain with agentic commerce. And in Shopify, we've built these systems about a decade ago. We started when social commerce started coming out. We built all these integration native so that we would always have the infrastructure to move forward when we saw the next thing coming. So you can see for years we've been building this. By the way, we're the only platform that has these native integrations to social commerce. And when we think about agentic commerce, it's another sales channel. Therefore, we need to be ready and we need to provide it for our merchants. Now, how we view this is that we want our merchants to be able to have instant access to any AI channel that comes up and that is already existent. We want you to be able to set it up once and sell everywhere, so not have to manage multiple feeds, multiple systems. The data is fragmented. Just set it up once and decide which channels you want to publish your products, at what price, and etc. And then we want you to stay in control. You own the data, not some other platform, not some other marketplace. You continue to hold the data of your customers and the experience that they're having. So how did we do this? Hopefully you've all heard about the Universal Commerce Protocol that we co-built with Google. Universal Commerce Protocol was built with the intention to make agentic commerce available to everyone, regardless which platform they are using, because that's the only way to democratize this system. The UCP allows your products to be discoverable, to be purchased, and create that full transaction. The benefit of Shopify merchants is that they have it already, right? They don't need to create the integration. We want to avoid people having to create their own integrations and then patch it on. So Universal Commerce Protocol is open to everybody, but Shopify merchants just have it by default out of the box. Now, how is that powered? Shopify's product catalog is built in a way with structured data that can already index all of this within AI channels. So we already have millions of merchants that are using our platform, so we know how these products are indexed, and that's how we built it. It syndicates the products and the information directly from one source. So you're using Shopify Catalog, it's all syndicated through to the AI platforms, and it's also optimized for AI. We just spoke about the difference between human interaction and agentic interaction. The data is already structured in a way that agents can understand, LLMs can read the product catalog, and therefore they are searchable and so on. And it's always the real-time accurate data. Then we went one step ahead. So AI for us is another sales channel. So we wanted to be able to go into the admin, simply click on which AI channels you want to publish your products, and there you go. So we have the agentic storefronts where directly from admin you can publish your products in Google Gemini, in Copilot, ChatGPT, etc. And you can decide where do you want to sell, at what prices, what products, similar to what we know about social channels such as Instagram, TikTok, and so on. Okay, so we've talked about agentic commerce and merchants selling across different AI channels, but what happens about operations? We know that agentic commerce is not only something that, it's gone a bit crazy. Yeah, okay. Agentic commerce, it's not all about the experience. It's also about the operational side of things. So Sidekick is our in-admin AI assistant, which helps merchants do everything in their store. So from data analysis, reporting, create campaign diagnostics. You can query Sidekick at any given moment and get the analytics that you need. So if you have analysts, or it's just you now during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, wanting to know at real time which products are performing the best, you can do that, get the business insights, and then make changes and optimize accordingly. You don't have to create all these SQLs that by the time you take them out, they're not relevant anymore because the data has changed. It also allows you to create product images, to create any kind of hero images in your site, and also create product descriptions, create apps, anything that you need. It's a pure AI assistant in admin that can support your teams on different tasks. Now, of course, we're not only looking at that side of things, we're also talking about, we've created our own MCPs. MCPs basically allow to aggregate all the data from your store, which you can then build upon to create your own agents in store. So we have the customer accounts MCPs and the storefront MCPs. In simple words, you can use that data and create your agents on site. So if you have customers that log into their area, they can have an assistant there helping them find what they need, and the same for the storefront. These are Shopify proprietary. We've developed this technology, and we continue to release more MCPs as we go. Now, MCPs are all the time live data, so they're always up to date. And then what we said, okay, so we have the customer experience, we have the merchant experience. Now let's not forget about developers, right? So we have our AI toolkit, which means if you're working and developing, I don't understand Greek, but I heard the word Claude and Cursor come into the conversation earlier. If you're using Claude to develop any sort of workflows or anything for your site, you can connect it to the Shopify toolkit. And what will that basically do? It will be able to read Shopify language in all the most up-to-date documents, and will be able to help you create production-ready code. What does that mean? Instantly, you can turn that into something live and ready on your site after it's been verified. So even if you have a really small team of developers or one, or maybe just you and you're not a developer, you can make changes and have this code validated with really high accuracy with no hallucinations. It also gives you direct access to all our documentations, GraphQL schemas, liquid code, to be able to perform changes that are not using APIs that are stale and very old. And lastly, of course, it will always validate the code. So anything you do, it will create the code, and then it will give you to validate and make sure you approve it. So it won't make changes without you approving and create any problems of that sort. Now, I always like to finish up with some homework that you can already do today, because otherwise it's not tangible. So there are 4 things that I think brands can already start doing today, even in the world where we're in Europe and not all agentic things are still available here. Start mapping your B2A journeys for AI transformation. What does that mean? What does that mean for your business? What is your strategy like? I think we always hear lately with brands from CIOs, CTOs, COOs that they're struggling with the AI strategy just because it's so big. So I think start from something and then start the transformation. What is the GEO impact and how does that get defined across different channels? Hopefully you've all heard about generative engine optimization, which is the new sister or brother of SEO. And again, going back to the first slide, it's not either or. We need to be optimized for both of them. So take a look at your product data, do some audits, clean up the data, make sure it's hygienic, and have your strategy across different channels. Shopify also has some very good tools to do that that are just available for any merchant. Make sure your products, inventory, customer data, everything is ready and clean for the B2A era. And then start building your own commerce agents within the sites using MCPs that I just presented. Make sure you have clear KPIs to what they want to do. Do they want to increase average order values? Do they want to increase conversion? Do they want to increase repeat purchases? Have those KPIs clear and strategized. And that's it for me.